Go.
Hi, I'm Lee. And I'm Yvonne. Me and Yvonne, we are going to against the topic about any improvement in transparency should reduce the market distortions and also increase the efficiency in the capital market. For my first point, I found an article from Harris Farah in 2011. The more disclosures will bring a lot of risk and it not benefit to the corporate governance. Based on the research from University of Nottingham, they have experience on transparency will also affect the decision making in accounting standard. For my first point, the improvement in transparency in the view of trader, it might reduce their profit opportunity and also in fact affect them to and affect their attractiveness, and they won't be able to, they might left the market. My second point will be transparency will be a distraction. Company which more transparency in their information about the business risk will bring the unwanted stress to their employee, and it will affect their mindset and they won't able to come up with some information that is transparency. That's all for my part.
Hi, I'm Wendy, and I'm here to affirm the topic of this debate. Let us first have a look at what the opposition side has just said. Lee mentioned that too much disclosure, meaning too much transparency, will lead to secrecy being known to rival firm. But I don't think this is true. According to a journal by ICAS titled Risk Reporting, Clarity, Relevance and Location, one of the interviewees mentioned, which I think can answer your point. The interviewee said, if our views is that if competitors wants to find out about business risk, they will just hire somebody. There are enough people moving around the industry. There's no such thing as secret. If your strategy is robust enough and your business model is strong enough, having competitors who know what you're doing is not an issue whatsoever, and it's an excuse that people use not to disclose. I think it's a sign of great business if somebody uses that. I agree with this interviewee. Continuing with my points in affirming the topic of this debate, according to a journal titled Transparency in Financial Statements, written by George V., transparency in this context refers to the principle of creating an environment where information on existing condition, decision and action are made accessible, visible, and understandable to all market participants. In a journal titled Financial Reporting Quality and Investment Efficiency, written in 2006 by Rodrigo Verdi, as companies become more transparent with their corporate reporting, asymmetric information between firms and investors will be reduced, therefore leading to a lower cost of monitoring managers as well as cost of raising funds for companies. With improved transparency in corporate reporting leading to increased efficiency in capital markets, governments would have one lesser reason to intervene into such markets, and thus market distortions will be reduced. Today, global competition is the norm, and globalization of capital markets signals the need to standardize corporate reporting to improve transparency and comparability. If investor and investee are sitting on different sides of the world, it makes no sense for each and every country to maintain its own different set of accounting standards, as national differences in financial reporting obstruct the efficient allocation of capital by adding unnecessary risk and cost to investors. In addition, if different set of accounting standards are used, the basis for coming up with accounting figures may well differ too, therefore limits transparency and comparability for global users. This can be seen from an example whereby in 1993, Daimler-Benz, a company from the automotive sector, recorded profit of 600 million Deutschmarks, turned into a loss of almost 2 billion Deutschmarks when the company switched from German accounting principles to US GAAP. To conclude, it is quite clear to me that any improvement in transparency would reduce market distortion and increase efficiency in capital transparency may be carried out with a real convergence and harmonization of accounting standards. Therefore, the motion must stand.
Transparency is directly influenced on price formations and market efficiency, and I believe that the higher levels of transparency will increase the market efficiency. However, there's growing research and study shows that too much transparency may harm the market performance. And there is no clear evidence proof that improving transparency will necessarily increase the market outcomes. According to Wall Street Journal, most customers don't have any idea about how much procedures and fees will cost them in healthcare industry. Thus, transparency seems to be needed. Therefore, the price transparency for hospital and pharmacy has been introduced. Thereby, providers need to look at the competitors' price and adjust their own in order to concentrate their market. It shows that the more transparencies will make information visible, but at the same time will also lead price volatility. According to research of Uni in 1999, he examined the relationship between the transparency and price volatility, and he stated that the variance, if the variance is large enough, then will increasing the transparency. Then will reduce the price volatility. However, too much transparency will increase the price volatility. So, in my opinion, instead of improving transparency, we need to provide higher quality information first, such as more accurate and realizable information will only increase the efficiency of capital market.